Good afternoon, folks. September 17th, 2018, 12 o'clock. We're going to do a midday review. So we're going to go through the trades that went out today. Some of the swing trading models that we didn't get to at boot camp. We're working through 100 of our equities that we follow right now. Jen and Jeremy are working. Well, they worked most of the night, and they're going to work through today, and they're thinking I might even take them yet tonight. But we'll get some of them done here today too, and we'll take a look at today's movers. Any charts that you guys would like me to cover, go ahead and put them in the chat box. I can do that too. And this morning it opened. That was kind of an odd open. Last night we didn't trade. I didn't trade futures. We were wiped out from the weekend, and so we actually got some sleep. And then I was watching the markets and watching the news flow, and there was a lot of news flow. But anyway, sometimes it's better to sit, and even though I've got two big pressures, I got one that's I know the inflection here, and just finding the outer edges of it. Of course, I've got certain expectations on my accounts too, right? So on an annual basis, and I know that there's a time cycle that's started late June, goes into December 24th, and we expect the rain, the inflections, general volatility, not necessarily volatility itself, but general volatility to increase into December 24th, and then really get going the first 3 months of next year. So this is patience time. It might last a day, it might last 3 weeks. Nobody knows, but when you catch the right side of it, you can make up in one day 3 weeks of patience. Do that. But anyway, I'm under some pressure to give guidance, of course, because especially a lot of folks, when they initially come in, it's how many oil alerts do I get a day, and how many? Well, how about would you rather a lot of alerts, or would you rather 100 to 400% return a year? Which one would you prefer? I'd much rather one alert that gets me 400% than 400 alerts that get me over trading. So anyway, market discovery is the theme of the day. So that's about it. So we're gonna start with oil. I'm just gonna, because there's a couple of oil traders that wanted me to update my trading plan. So earlier today, I said in the EPIX algorithm model, this is the upper channel here where this purple arrow is. And so those purple arrows give you the decision marks, or where the channels are, etc. Anyway, so it was trading up here against what's called a quad resistance, and sure enough, it came off. And I know Oil K and a few others were in it and did well in it. Oil K's been hitting his shorts. I think he hit this one too. Yeah, he hit that one really big. He hit this one. Alert those a little more in the room. That would be awesome. But anyway, I was really busy at the time too. This was right in the area of open, but the action was off. So anyway, I said, upside target here. That comes in at September 17th, so today at 8 o'clock p.m. in futures. At 70.37. Downside would be here. That arrow was a little bit off. So it blew through that. 68.93. That comes in September 19th at 1 a.m. Now that it blew through the downside target, you can readjust your targets. So in the current structure it's in, intraday, first downside target is here. And if it stays bearish after it gets there, algorithm report from yesterday, you'll see the machine trading model. This is the generation 1 model. It doesn't have the machine trading signals on it. But on the machine trading model, there are targets. There's a target here, I believe. Yeah, there's a target there and here. So anyway, more downside is here. Bearish to there. Actually, one down below. Let me just help you out here. And this down channel, so this is the lower resistance. In this down channel, this is Tuesday 4:30 target that gets put out on the weekend, Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. Intraday, I'm just giving you the intraday targets, so don't let the weeklies confuse you. But anyway, there actually is one before this one. Sorry, it's right here. When you get to know where these are, you'll be able to do these on your own. Look at machine trading. So there is a target there too. And well, we may as well just go for the bearish scenario. Then there's one down here too, and I think you get the idea. So they're in these pockets here around the baseball diamond. But you know, it depends where you are in the actual model, right? So this is decision to decision as you go through the model, because they're sitting, you know, they're always there. It's just a matter where you are in the model. So it's always a decision up or down. If you get momentum downside, you know where the machine target. If you get momentum to the upside now, I'll get that scenario too. We may as well start using some of these arrows here. So I'll show you where the intraday upside scenario targets are real quick, and then we'll get on to our other stuff, because we spent a lot of time on this in camp. But you know, the oil trading is our, for lack of a better term, a cash cow. It allows us to play everything else with a lot of confidence. So it's good to spend time on it. It's our first algorithm out of the gate, so it's the most advanced of the bunch. Okay, so you got a target here. So you know, you always got a target here, intraday. You always got a target here, intraday, here, intraday, here, here, and here, and one in the middle. That's intraday. So it depends on where your structure is, right? So how do you know where your structure is? Well, the quad, so the baseball diamond. So home plate, first, second, third, and pitcher. That's a quad. What you do is you just, where's it? And you take the 1/4 quad, and that's your trading structure. And it can be fractaled down all the way to nothing, so to speak. Let's see if this works. So your structure right now, where it's trading in, looks like this. Will this work for me? I'm going to have to do this in triangles. I know there's a function on here for this, but let's just, so, you know, your most immediate structure looks like this. This is where it's trading in. And if you're wondering about these shapes, just find that video on YouTube about Renaissance Technologies. It's titled "The Mathematician That Broke Wall Street," and he talks about them. So this is the same discipline as what they were using, and other large liquidity quant. So this diamond, you can see how it's 1/4 of the total quadrant. Okay, so did I give you the upside? Oh, I didn't give you all the upsides. So those weeklies confuse you. So those weeklies, there's weeklies in the down channel scenario and weeklies in the up channel scenario. So this is Tuesday at 4:30, Wednesday at 10:30, and then Friday at 1:30 is up there. But intraday, like when you're trading the structure, the intraday structure, just ignore those weeklies because you just end up confused. There's really no need for general planning, you know, for your week, you know, if you know it's in an up channel or whatever. Oil's been up and down, up and down, up and down, and that makes it difficult to plan those targets. Those week targets are very predictable if you're in like if oil's in an uptrend for, you know, sometimes it's an uptrend for many weeks, it'll hit every one of those. Sometimes Fridays don't hit, but it'll hit, you know. So it's very easy to plan, and for options traders, it's fantastic. Anyway, so that's where your targets are here, one here, and then the ones down below. And so in this, you know, in this triangle right here, it's bearish, but you got to be careful at the bottom of the quad because it likes to bounce there. So watch your supports here. Now keep in mind, if this dumps, well, normally it, yeah, if this does dump through the quad, machines like to take it at the midline. So just so you know. Okay, so that's oil. Let's kill this chart. And TradingView asks you what resolution when you hit make it mine. Which one do you use? Interesting. When TradingView asks you what resolution when you hit make it mine, which one do you use? I don't think I've ever seen that. TradingView is so awful at customer support, whatever they're called. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. They constantly change their features, move stuff around. For a trader, it's frustrating because, you know, you're always in a hurry when you're trading. You don't want to misfire anything. Timing is important as a trader. So let's see. So this is, for anybody wondering, this is where you click to make it mine. So you click on the share button, then you hit make it mine. Oh, I see here. This is what you're speaking of. So this is embed code. You don't have to worry about your resolution or this code. You just hit make it mine. So I hope that answers the question. We're in PRQR now. I may as well look at it while we're here. If anybody needs me to do PRQR, is right at resistance again. It's just about to trigger my alarm. It's a pretty serious buy trigger if that gets up over there. That's a buy trigger to 24.90 for sure. What an aggressive chart. And look at where the new candle body is right here. That test area, you know. So sometimes these midday reviews will go a little slow because I do have to also alert while we're in the review, depending on whether or not I've got staff with me. Today I don't now because work on your guys' chart setups, trade setups. They got to get them pumped out as fast as possible here. So I sometimes have to do my own alerts. So I'm going to do one right now on PRQR because I got a gut feeling about this one. Man, isn't that awesome? Oh, I just love that story. So PRQR. pronounce that? PROQR therapeutics. It can't be an actual word, can it? Save. PRO. What an odd word. It can't be a word. PROQR therapeutics. PRQR. This will just take 30 seconds, guys. Sorry. It bounced at support. Bounced at support range. Box. Now at key resistance. Key res over. So what are we looking for? Around 2270 or so. 2270 targets. Well, first target is 25, right? 2485 fast. Then 2755. Then 2755. I'm going to take this trade if it goes, just so you know in advance. I won't even think about it. Copy, save. Just about done. This is one we had to look at anyway, so. What a great chart. Unreal. I'll send the actual link with this because I changed a bit. Copy. Wow, do I ever appreciate Jen when she's not around? I appreciate her when she's here too, but okay, swing trading, day trading. I mean, this could be a swing or a day that you just get rocking once it gets through there. And on email, quick. Email, I need to send it to our day traders or swing traders. It's one of my favorite setups. I might really hammer down on this one, especially if it proves up over that 2485. The 2485 to 2755 should be both pretty easy trades. It's just there's a quad wall right in here. So watch that fib diagonal trend line, 2485, but once it's above there, it's gone again. Okay, so that went on, good at this. Oh, I got to do this here. And you see it come from my desktop. It isn't always me, just so you know. Jeremy and Jen, they have remote viewing on all my monitors on 06. And so, let me just, you know, sometimes that confuses people. Okay, I think that's done. Super cool setup. So just for completeness here, I'm going to alarm, just in case I missed something on this one, I'm going to alarm that the upside of that box, 2485, because I think it'll move quick anyway once it gets going. Probably not till tomorrow now. And then also that 27.85. I'm just going to alarm that right now. I'm going to be presumptuous. 27.85. Confident in this trade. But, you know, it's got to prove itself out. You got to hold it tight too above there and make sure you cut where you're supposed to cut. That kind of jazz. Okay, so PROQR. PRQR. Okay. Done and done. Downside, I mean, if it failed, I wouldn't be the one to short this. Like your structure, just so you know, your structure is right. Well, I'm going to do this properly. I'm trying not to teach my bad habits into anyone. It comes back to bite me a time too. That's your current trade term. This is really decent support in here, just like this will be decent resistance. So, you know, in your trading plan. So I didn't give you a target on a short, did I? I just be careful shorting this, but you know, you might get 1805. It tells me you wouldn't. I don't usually talk that confident about stocks, but you know, anybody that's been with me for a while will remember CARA, my call on CARA, right? I'm one of those guys that, one of those traders that thinks my value comes in whether or not I'm right or wrong, right? So, like when I did that Benzinga morning show, a few asked me to come and do their shows, and I was just like, I can't do your show because I have to be honest, because I see my value as being right. Anyway, I will go off on a rant, but here, I mean, the bottom line is if I'm more consistently wrong than I'm right, I should be doing something else, shouldn't I? So down in here, I called it, and I think I called 23 or 24 bucks. Yeah, I called the top of this candle in here at 3 bucks, 3 or 4 or 5 bucks, and you know, we rocked this. It was awesome, crazy perfect. Why am I saying that? I'm bragging because I am telling you I'm extremely confident in PRQR. But you gotta tight. I'm off track. I have a plan. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. So we're gonna look at the dollar here quick. Don't try and understand this chart if you're not a dollar algorithm member. It's a psychedelic chart, but it's one of our best algorithms. This we called a couple of years ago. All this, the whole structure, we know it. We got it nailed. But it's so funky that we haven't tried to teach people. It really simple for traders to see where the main support and resistance points are. This diagonal red is support and resistance. This diagonal blue is support and resistance. Anyway, when it completely dumped out of its structure, we were screaming from the rooftops that it was going to. And long short to cut. So hit here and boom, it went straight up, and this put it back into its structure right here. And we're like, there, told you. And now it's bruised and all the way down. And by your feed, I tweeted Kurt Melanopoly. You just heard, and then the cash tag, right? Anyway, I said when it gets up here, it will back off 100% of the time and hit this baby blue trend line, and you know, you can borrow against your house on that trade. And sure enough, boom, it happened. So this model, you know, for us, it's really good. It's testing support is the point. So I'll stop my bragging here. That's all to say, you know, I take what I do seriously, and I want to be right. And if I am not, I should go and be a roofer. So down here is test support. This is how the dollar trades. The unfortunate thing about it though is it does at times. It's your top three areas are this watch as support, downtrending trend line. Here, call it 94.05, and unfortunately, this red trend line, so it's 277, and then 92.90 again here. That's the other side of the box. So there's there's four tests here, but yeah, I'll signal you when it's time to go long. My last long from in here to here was perfect. I told everybody I was going to mark here 96.9, and you can see where it topped out. It just got to the my personal target early, but we nailed that. So that's the dollar. I think it'll probably bounce, but who knows, right? Nobody can tell the future. I can just tell you, will I short it here? I won't short it here. Why am I not here? Because I don't think this is everybody thinks it is. Now the 50 MA is way down here, so who knows? We might see this zone down here. That's not it. That's not 93 bucks. Okay. You know where the decisions are. I got alerted today. Let's start there. So CARA. So this is one since we started the service, we called it back there. It's almost 2 years since we started the service, and it was 3 years ago I called it. So here, yeah, I think it was actually 690. I think it was this 50 MA. Anyway, point is, it's testing previous high. The bulls in this equity, the way this financial instrument is, and I won't give you all the details, but it trades beautifully through structure. We're going to try and get a model done for you guys on this, so you have the upside targets. But it's fantastic. It's very structured, and when it gets up out of a bowl, this is what can happen. Right? So here's its previous bowl to 2850s, and in lightning speed. These are weekly candles, but still, that's awesome return. I'm expecting, if I had to guess, you're going to see. So that previous high was, what was that, 2860 or so. So they'll probably bring it up, and the model that's coming out will tell you. But you'll probably see 2750, 28 before it tests. So I'm really pumped about this possible move here. And then this is a structure that could see a double extension. Why? Because if you just have to do simple sets out the fib, just do your extension on your fib here, and the actual, so you can do it from the body of the candle if you want, to make sure that you're not being crazy. And it was just over 50% pullback, and here it was much more. So Sesame Street says bottoms are higher and the top should be higher, and look, it's starting to form a channel. So I'm not trying to be facetious, but the truth is that this thing should, you'll see an initial pullback test, probably lower than the previous candle, probably in the 2750 range, and that's if it gets going, right? Decision. And then your channel is going to be up here somewhere, like without me doing the extension. Well, why don't we do the extension really quick? The model's coming out, so here, why don't we just do this problem? It's going to be in here somewhere, and let's just double extend this baby and see what our target's going to look like. And I call a lot of these like this, the washout, the snapbacks on the big washouts are my most predictable trade. Oh, look at that. Look Look at how structured this thing is. It's amazingly structured. Anyway, and these. Now, I get chewed up for breakouts a lot because I'm a chicken trader normally, but anyway, here we go with the point. The point is there's, our extension is up here. So your target date is December 10th at 38.60, if you can believe it. Now it should, without trying too hard, hit 30. But in December, its target is 38, 50-ish, call it. And trust me, back, when it was $3, $4, $6, and I was saying it was going to be, it was a $24 stock, people thought I was nuts. That was a way bigger call than this. This is actually structural. Okay, so when I called that last time, I called it based on well. So that's CARA. And the downside, if you want to get crazy and short it, then your target's going to be in a pullback scenario. Man, you'd have to. Let's just do it real quick while we're here. Just take a second. Like this. Clone it. Bring it over. And this is a big structure, so this is a weak structure. But we'll get you other time cycles on this one too. The new models that are coming out for the swings and day trading are smoking. Okay, pardon me. So we have, December targeting here. So sometime between now and December, it should go on a beautiful run. Well, we'll give you that. Let's say it fails. Forget the pullback on the run. Let's just say this fails and you want to get brave and short it. You're going to, I'll give you exactly what it is. You're going to be looking for your major pullback support right now is at what was that, a 382? Where did it pull back to before? Oh yeah. It's right here. This is your support. 1642, 41. 1636, sorry. 1636 is exactly your support. So if it, and I'm really confident in that number, if it dumps, that's exactly where it's going to bounce. Crazy news that blew it out of the water. But in natural trading, if it's just a natural everyday trading, that's an almost all-in bounce. And reader disclosure before you hold me accountable for any of that. Okay, so I better save this for the crew so they can confirm their work. I don't mean to have the attitude that I have sometimes, but I'll tell you, it's frustrating sometimes because you deal with the casino lizard brain market, Holly Wall Street, and you deal with you deal with really complicated algorithmic modeling with massive data, complicated calculations and stuff, and then you look and it takes that's why I call it Sesame Street. It takes seconds, right, to figure it out. Once you get good at it, you'll see it without even opening the chart. Well, I mean the basic chart. Okay, I think Did I give all that, the targets? I think I did. So where do you trigger? You trigger over this. You can take this support and test 1970 if you see it, by the way. Because your box is going to be there, right? Your box is going to be right here. This is your test box. So, yeah, right here. Like this. That's your test box. We'll get a better model out for you. Cool, cool. Okay. Kara. Alarm, do I? I don't have the upside alarmed. 22, 30. Geez, that would have upset me. I'm surprised I don't have that alarmed. I do. What am I talking about? Yes, there's the alarm there. Oh, I got two. Okay. So the next one. So boxes are today. I downside because I've already given you the upside. Let's just take a look at it. Now keep in mind it's still in its test area. It's got good support at the 50 and the bottom of the box is at 23.32. It's the bottom of the box for box. And then you actually got your trading structure, and it's triggered off that. The candle's triggered off this trading structure. So, you know, you've got lots of support in here, but you see how it's inside of this trajectory. It could dump right here. On the chart I sent out today, I think I put it in there, but because there'd be another, oops, there'd be another target here. So, but right now it's targeting on the downside if it fails 1936 or one lower. So we're watching this area. I've got it alarmed. This was number 5 in the leapfrog of the channel. So I was concerned about whether or not it would fulfill its obligation. Okay, that's box. As we go along, if you have any questions, go ahead. The next one that was, or I guess I'm going backwards. BABA. So that sucks, eh? Actually, I'll come back to this one. I'll kill these so I can get some chart room here. SSW, real simple setup. It just keeps hitting that resistance. And today it was starting to hover again. So it's hit it a number of times. And when it did run, it ran up to the test area and came off. But it was a nice little trade. We had killed this one before that. I'm looking for this trajectory here. I could be wrong, and I won't go with it until it, 932 is the official resistance, but something like 940, 945. It was 938. Then your downside. So your upside on it is, best scenario is up in here in November, 1193. Well, that's not best. That's the lower of the two trajectories. I think this is possible. And I know it sounds stupid, but 1530. It's possible. Maybe this is a little more realistic. But you got a first target area here of 1018. So you can always take the 1018 and just make it a quick trade. But we'll see if it actually proves out here. Okay, GTHX, this isn't surprising at all. This one, this is a wild bronco when you get on it. You got to be prepared for your pullbacks. So you want to buy them. So the candle body is holding this trajectory up here. It's really bullish trajectory. We'll see, but it hit the support of the, it's testing here today. See how it is, but this hitting targets. It's done so well for me that even if I stop a little bit, it wouldn't be bad. But so at this point right now, I'm just watching the support down here at 65.28. I want to see that area hold. If it doesn't, then I'll start looking at the downside supports. This next major support is at this next box here at 60. And yeah, that's about it. I think we can confidently say 78 won't be much of a challenge for it, but we'll see. And that time set 18th. So between 76 and 80 kind of area. But like anything else, you got to wait for it to test out. Up over 69, 62, it's a fairly heavy position for me. And if it blows through this test box up here, I'd probably go more. But we'll see. You know, looking for the uppers. That's GTHX. Shopify, this is a pretty simple setup. That's a pivot, that red line, horizontal line there, the thick one that we had identified previously. And so it's acting as support, so that's good. We've got a target in at, what is that? About October 10th for 166.72. Holding key support. It's just that it's got a quad wall right there, you know, so it's just working on it. It's working in this structure here. Now, do I think it'll come off? I don't know. I can't tell the future on it, but I can tell you that's its structure right now. So the buy sides, you know, should come in at 154.35 toward the target. If I get another opportunity down here, I'll probably take it. But I just wanted to see. Today's Monday. Tomorrow is probably the day. Late today, maybe around close or tomorrow morning, pre-market or at open is where you see me take a number of positions. Oh, pullback. Well, your 50 MA, it likes it. So 141.56 is your likely pullback if there is one. The S&P, I was working with the crew on this model earlier today, different S&P time frames. The S&P really clearly uses the box as a test area. And there's enough width in there to get a half decent trade too. But the alert said over 291.48 or whatever, you know, that upper is long and under the box is a short at 286.50 or so. And then you just extend, you know, your targets from the most recent target here, and you go up here, you go the same way with your trajectory lines and see how it manages them. It's been really sloppy lately here. So I kind of favor a down, to be honest. Just based on, you know, it's a double top too. So I wouldn't doubt you see this target here, 283.93 on September 21st. You could even see this one at 278.47. So that's my, I think that's why equities, they got to be really hand-picked over the next while. And that's a little tricky. So that's the S&P. BA. I gotta remember to put the link in those alerts. So I'm underwater on this one. I'm in 1/10 sizing. One-tenth is, you know, for me, 3/10 is, you know, I'm in to play. That's unusual, but And my total sizing is never 4% of my account. Now, you can do that in different ways, but if you need help with structuring the sizing trade, we know, and we'll work on them. So the short story is it bounced off the 100 MA. It is trading right now right at the box support, which doesn't surprise me. You know, this is along with the market too, right? So 2 is definitely in play, December 17th. 200 MA is down here on the weekly. So 118.42 is in play too. That's the lowest. Well, the very, very lowest is 100.86. But I don't think you're going to see anything. The top of this box here is possible, 133.58. But I'll just add at each support, and I'll alert them. I'm totally confident. It's just my bias. But at the same time, I won't take a beating. So, but I'll trade out of stuff that I get underwater on too. That's my personal style. So that's BABI. A lot of people say don't do that, but that's the way I learned my lesson. Okay, CARA, box, BABA, got to bounce 100 MA under range support, watching close color we went through, Shopify, box, BABA. Okay, let's just take a 2-second look at XBio. So I'm going to look at a few of these that go back a little ways, and then I'm going to open up a few that we didn't get to on the weekend, and then I'm going to look at the momentum stocks here too. How am I going to get the time to do all that? I'm not sure, because I got to be done in 13 minutes. But we got to get to those momentum stocks. So maybe I'll just do those. Maybe the others will wait, because the crew's working on them right now anyway. So it's flat on the day. It's right on the 2, I didn't even open any more of the chart. I was curious about that one. AGN, I know what I'm doing there. Facebook we should look at. So Facebook right now is right on that box test area and support test, and it's got the 20 MA just above. I would, this is a 4-hour chart, by the way. I would think that as you get past here, you get into this trend line here, September 20th area, you should start to see the curve. So I'm just going to make sure that I have that 20 MA alarmed. Because that's where, you want to look at it real serious. Okay, let's look at the movers on the day. Facebook, I've always done really well at it. I don't. QTM, LEU, TAHOFF, CEL, GHG, CWH, SPA, CPV. There's some junk in here, but we'll take a look at them. Washouts. And IO, of course, that makes sense. Jen, if you're listening, if you could just take TeamViewer off this monitor, that would help the speed of the charts here. CNS is off. Okay, let's give her. I can rip through these fast. I'm just looking for good setups. First one takes the longest to load. After the first one, it's quite easy. So what I'm doing is looking at the daily and the weekly charts, and I'm looking for a certain structure. The curve that was in the weekend boot camp got a feel for what it looks like when you model these. And so after you've done that for a period of time, you can see the model without the model being there, because you just get so used to it right after thousands and thousands and thousands of charts. So what I do is I'm looking for, so that, because it's not even worth the time to look at it if it's, I don't trade blind. Very, very rarely. Sometimes I will. Well, it's got its 2050 testing the 100, and then it goes after its 200, right? So this is one of those ones that the day traders love to run. It's traded its 20 MA on its weekly. The structure I don't like at all, so I'm not going to consider it, but I just thought I'd say that just in case anybody else is considering it. So the 20 MA is your resistance on the weekly. It gets up over that, it'll target the 50 MA. But it has to build structure above, and you see how it lost the 50 MA. So it respects the 50 MA, and it's 200 MA on the weekly. Trade this one on the weekly. That's how you do your targets. Like if I had the time or the reason to do it, I would trade this one from the 20 MA to the 50 MA in there. So once it's comfortably up over the previous high candle, 270 area, I'd bring it down to a 5-minute, and I'd do a quick model on it, structure it, and have that as my resistance, the 50 MA. It does have that structure to it. It's just that it's not it's not a smooth trading, highly probable structure. LEU, so I don't know if you know what LEU is, but it's a low float oil company that you just stay away from. It's just junk. Day trader's paradise, of course, but it's high risk. Why take the high risk? If 100 to 400% a year isn't good enough for you, then fine. But for future fuel, so I've charted this one a number of times. We've never built out a model on it. I've even traded this. Do I like it? I actually do, but it doesn't. So the shorten, well, already on this one, I'll just give it to you really quick. So all you do is you do this Sesame Street style. Here's your current, well, we can even go here. Wow, take an actual extension. So approximately an extension, right? So it looks like you're testing it, and you just literally go like this with this chart structure, because it can get super aggressive. If it gets up over where it is right now, this is basically its support resistance area. This is how you day trade these, and I've done it. It's just, I don't have time to focus on this kind of stuff right now. I want really structured stuff. But, you'll be targeting 23.67. That's the bottom line. I could build out a model for you and I'd come to the same conclusion. It's trading 17.63. So all you just do your fibs straight up from there, like that. And that's your support and resistance levels as you go up. For your diagonals, you'd have to go back and model. But that's it. And your test area is going to be in here, 19, 8, 19, 20. It's going to be your big test over here, and then it's go time. So, you trickle in until you get up past this $19 range. But it's not my style. When I've got my wins in for the year, huge returns, but I need predictability. TAHO. I want predictability, and then extras. I'll play the crazier stuff. This is junk. GHG. There's no structure to it. CEL. I mean, sort of respects the 50. It's just not a good chart, guys. Market days like this, you'll get the day traders to run stuff that's junk, This is terrible. CWH. When I looked at the list initially, I was like, oh man, crappy list. SPA, SPA. This is what the simple trader does, right? Previous lows. Oh boy, let's look at it. It bounced there before. Yeah, but there's all kinds of buts. Anyway, it's not structured. SUPV, junk. Tomorrow, I expect a bit of I expect a decent turn either way, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those fighter jets, that's an interesting. I hear that Trump's got some kind of emergency response test coming up too. TIS. It's actually got structure, but it's junk. TGS. Well, bounced off its 200 MA. So here's an example of, comes out of the bowl. See that? And then you end up with a cup and handle, and boom. Sometimes it doesn't stop for the handle, right? It just comes right out of the bowl, tests the previous high, and then it double extends. I mean, look at the extension. It's like insanity. This is got to be 1, 2, 3 or 4 extension. That's that setup. That's so aggressive. Yeah. Coming out of the bowl, it was at $6. Bottom of the bowl was at $1.38. Would I trade this? No. Nope. WAB. Swing Trader's Paradise. The lazy ones. Could you trade this? You just see in this chart how this is, every swing trader in the world is considers this, but no, that's what we want. Not swing traders, swing trading services. Junk, TO, AG. On the 200. Interesting, but you know, why not look at gold? I don't know. It's just not structured. So I apologize, guys. I looked at this list and thought, I don't think we're going to find. Let's give it a thought. On days like this, being, you know, a trader that wants structure for predictable returns, it can be, you know, it can be frustrating. But when you've done it long enough and you have enough returns, bank, in the pocket. So for teaching purposes and just general happiness, to find some decent setups that you can take into the next day. DESP. KGC. HL. Yeah. As far as the dumps, no, I'm going to leave these alone. No SENS, SENS, that's the only one I'm going to look at for now, and then that's it. I'll be around for a while this afternoon. I'm gone for a dive. It's the longest time I've gone since I started free diving. I went for a week without a dive. Today I promised myself I'd go. So I'll be around for a while, and I'm going to go for a dive, and then I'll be back for futures. Start looking at their reports and the charting coming out of the team. Machines really like this equity, so I'm going to see what's going on here. So this is to be one of the ones that's being updated right now. That quad wall is going to sit in here. The test is in here. So it's got strong support at 397. And it's trading 416. So that's good timing for this one to come out. So there'll probably be a bounce. Okay, so that one will be on the report too. That's it for me. I'm going to be around for a bit, then I'm going to go for a free dive, and then I'll see you in futures tonight. And I'll go through all the reports from the team here and start pumping them out. Take care. Have a great day, guys.